This is a Headgum original.
This is for tomorrow again?
Yep. I mean, we're only like, what, 7 hours out? 6 hours out? We're recording this at 5 p.m. on a Thursday. This shit comes out tomorrow morning, man. I mean, the energy is imbued. Right? Yes, of course.
So what if
yeah, just
available
get on
Thursday
with
at
it.
8
Just get on
at
with it.
5?
Fucking go! Just say it.
I'm saying it. What if we weren't available right
Really?
now? Yeah.
It would have been a fucking solo dolo episode. I would have done it by my own lonesome, right? The issue was
did
really
Did it sneak up on you Friday, or because it's happened every single Friday for 3 years? So I'm wondering why it's like, oh shit, I have to do this tomorrow.
Did it sneak up on me, or am I sort of operating
Just the first
from
one,
a place?
the question that I asked.
The week got away from me. I was in San Francisco, the Bay Area to be sure, and Joseph A. Biden flew in. I guess he's doing some fundraising in Atherton or some shite, and he was staying across the street from me at the, for lack of a better term, Fairmount. And so what happened was they shut down the streets in every direction. Right, so for me to get to the airport on time was not even in the cards, and so there wasn't any way I could record Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday.
What about last week?
Like last
How
Friday?
did you not know that he was
That
there
would have been a good
until
idea.
you were leaving for the airport?
I don't follow the guy's whereabouts. It's not my job to make sure
Well,
that the taxpayer's being fucking charged for
you'd
him to
assume
stay at a
that-
5-star hotel, by the way.
You'd assume that you'd like notice something going around at least like a couple hours before.
Couple hours. I flew in on Saturday, all right? This started, he flew in on Tuesday, right? By the way, I flew
Right.
via JSX, and I'd love to talk about that. Jet Suite X, it's a shuttle flight. You can get from LA to San Francisco on a private jet for the cost of less than a fucking commercial airline ticket with 29 other people, including twice Nick Kroll, right? And so... But the thing you're signing up for there is that it's like a different section of the Oakland airport, right? And that's the section, by the way, that Air Force One lands at. So guess what they also
you're
did?
flying private.
They still fucking moved our flight to Buchanan Airfield. 2
Do you think
hours
Kroll
away.
Was Kroll
I don't
pissed?
think Kroll wasn't on this leg. Kroll was there
that
when I
sucks.
went to SF for the Dead Company show, right? And so what had happened was my whole trip was thrown off. Ubers couldn't pick us up at our hotel because we were too close to where Biden was staying,
Couldn't you,
and
like,
it
walk
threw me
2
off.
blocks?
To walk 2 blocks, we
And get
did
a
that.
Uber?
I'm just saying, I've been turned around and inside out.
Did you see Ferris
Biden
while you were in
fucked
San
me.
Francisco
I didn't see Ferris
at the Fairmont?
I didn't see Ferris's fair mound at the Fairmont. What I ended up seeing was the Tonga Room and Hurricane Hut. I saw Haight-Ashbury a little bit, and I saw the Outer Sunset a bit. I ended up seeing a lot of it, the town, because I also went to the Mission. I walked through the Silver Lake of SF, a.k.a. Knob Hill, and I had my knob worked on with by a woman with from Shrill, rather. 80 Bryant and I hooked up.
Right.
Right? Or you guys are having a good time? Because I'm bringing a ton of joy.
Right, or you guys are having a good time. I've only been to San Francisco twice.
I'd never been, really. I'd been for the Dead and Company show, and that's kind of it. And I'd driven through, but that doesn't count. Amir, what are your questions? Follow-ups or what?
Just lightning round style.
Let's go.
Why don't you fly Southwest for like 4% of the price as Jet Suite X?
I just said that Jet Suite X is the same price or sometimes less than commercial, so yeah.
Okay. So you actually saved money by flying Jet Suite X.
Either the same or saved, and I definitely saved time, and time is money, so if you count that,
Do you still hate San Francisco as a city? Because I remember that was your stance when the Warriors were constantly beating the Cavaliers in the finals.
What ended up happening was I got my knob worked on by a woman from Shrill on Nob Hill, and then I sort of changed my tune because I became attuned to the energy of the city, right? So like there's AI driving cars, there's a dog robot delivering food that stepped on my toe, and I don't know, I'm kind of falling in love with the energy.
Okay. Why did you go there Monday through Wednesday?
It was Saturday through Wednesday. So I don't know if it's that you're not listening or you're just not understanding me, but I'm basically, it was there for a family commitment. Family commitment.
Five
not really.
days?
What's that?
5 days.
I thought you said vivacious. Yes.
No, I didn't.
Vivacious. And I don't know if you were talking about 80.
So you're there for 5 days?
I was there for 4 nights, 5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a much more interesting trip than last
yeah.
week than you did.
Where did you
did you
go?
go?
Henley on
To
Thames?
London.
Did you end up at Henley on Thames?
I didn't end up at Henley on Thames.
So you avoided Friar Park at all costs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask you a
Honestly.
question about London?
Shoot.
10 years ago or so, you go to London and everything's super expensive because it's
Yeah.
like it's already expensive plus the exchange rate. It's like, oh, this $10 sandwich is actually it's £10, so it's $15. Now everything in New York and LA is super expensive. So is London even more expensive, or it's like, okay, now all sandwiches cost $18 here and there?
Comparable to cheaper.
Oh, even cheaper there.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I feel like alcohol definitely cheaper there.
Which is what, like 5 to 8 pounds per drink?
Yeah, like I got a half pint of cider at the theater. And, you know, if you're getting like, oh, first, I don't even know if they really have beers at a Broadway theater, but, you know, a cocktail's costing you $20.
Yeah.
3 pounds.
Wow, okay. So America has, because of the crazy price gouging that's going on, has surpassed London at this point.
More than crazy, though. I don't even know if that's the right word to use. I would
One
say
second,
it's
I'm talking to
ludicrous.
Marika. And then what about like hotels and stuff? Super expensive as well?
I think it's like kind of the same. I got a pretty good deal. Mine was 3 nights for £450
Total.
total.
Oh, that is
Which was
pretty
sweet.
affordable.
Exchange rate was like a 0.8.
Did you end up staying at the Yotel, or
I'm not gonna reveal where I
you're
stayed.
not there?
And I'm yeah.
You
but
got
like, what if I
back,
wanna-
so I think you can tell them where you ended
Well,
up
if I wanna go
sleeping on a
again.
sack to the
Yeah, 'cause
Yotel.
then
I think I
everyone
must
will
have
just
nailed it,
stay
right?
there.
It
It
must
was
be the
actually kind of a
Yotel,
cool
'cause It was
place.
one of those places where you sort of sleep in a locker.
Why didn't we record earlier today? Like why 5 p.m. versus 11 in the morning?
What did you say?
That's a great
Wi-Fi? VPN? What's VPN?
No, I didn't say any of the
VPN?
things that you thought I said.
You said Wi-Fi, internet.
Why
Got
5
it.
p.m.? No.
VPN. What's that? And why does it come
5.
after internet connection?
Why did you want to do this at 5 in the afternoon?
Didn't
make
want to.
Such a time crunch.
Well, Marika gave me 2 choices, right? She held my feet to the fire, and I went through
to be
the
clear,
fire.
that
and the
was at
flames.
6 p.m. my time.
And you
Yeah.
said
Because
now or
yester-
never, and I said never or 8, and you said 8.
Yeah.
Do you want to read the exact transcript? Because that's how it plays in my head, and I want to know
Sure.
what your
Yeah,
reality
Amir,
is
you
and how I
can-
can bend it to my will.
Amir, you can
still-
decide how you feel about.
Still silent
what
on the
this means.
Yotel. Still silent on the subject
Wasn't
of the
the
Yotel.
Yotel.
Or what,
It
so it wasn't
wasn't
the
the
Yotel.
Yotel.
Okay, how hard
No,
was
it
that?
wasn't
I
the
didn't say
Yotel.
where did you stay. I said was it the Yotel, and you said
you
no.
said,
I
"Where
want
did
to
you
protect it
stay?" And
because
I
what
said,
if I
"I'm
want to
not
stay there
gonna
again?
say
So
where
that
I
implies
stayed.
that you were staying at the Yotel.
I still
And
don't
then the
understand why
one
you
that
did it
doesn't
at the
really
last
matter.
second.
Jeff-
Like you knew that this wasn't going to be able to happen potentially.
5:12
and you
p.m.
just
I
threw
sent
it
Jeff.
to
Do you
Greg.
still need to record tonight? Gonna leave
Oh,
the
so you
office
actually
soon.
nudged Jeff. Yeah.
Well,
you
no,
I
because
nudged
I
nudged
had
Jeff-
asked.
Because
Sorry.
Jeff might have been not
now-
able to like even remember that he had to record. I wonder
Right,
if you never
because
told
last
Jeff
night
there just wouldn't be an
he-
episode tomorrow. That's
Yeah.
in play, right?
Yeah, for sure. Because last night he asked me if I wanted to record a one-on-one
Oh, I see.
episode, and I said this studio's pretty busy today. I'll have to see. I got back to him. He never responded. So
Yep.
at 5 p.m., I took it upon myself to reach out because I am technically
the
a
workday
producer
is
of the
over.
show,
That's what
and
I
I
was gonna
figured
say,
I might
after
as
the
well
workday.
have some sort of responsibility.
Check in. End of the
Um,
day, Jeff hasn't texted you back.
Totally. So at 5:12,
hard, you know,
do you
'cause I'm
still
trying to
need to
figure it out.
record
Not really,
tonight?
just a text.
Gonna leave the office
it's just
soon, so
trouble.
just checking. He said at 6:06. He finally
An hour
responded.
after.
Hour after, I do if you can, but no pressure. I have an idea if it doesn't work. I said I could
What was the
either
idea
do.
if it didn't work?
Well, I'm gonna
Like-
have to do the idea if it doesn't work, so I want to keep that in my back pocket.
So that's
I
a
said I could
solo
either do
episode.
like right now or in 2 hours, and then he didn't respond. 4 minutes later, I said, "Let me know," because I either need to set up the studio or go home ASAP. It takes me like an hour to get home.
Yeah.
7 minutes later, I said, "Bump." And then he responded, "Can we do 8 p.m. ET? Sorry, or not. I don't want to inconvenience." And I said, "Yeah, I can do 8." And then he said, "I know I am inconveniencing, but if you don't want to, I can do a diff version. It's been a week." And I said, "No, it's fine. I'm free. I was just trying to determine if I needed to go home or stay at the office." And now it's at 8. And now we're here.
So,
And I
I
did
don't
go
know
home.
if I'm being lambasted because you guys don't like what I've done in the past, or if it's actually about what happened this week.
I went to London this weekend. I saw 5 shows in 3 days
Wow. By yourself?
by myself. Although 2 of my friends from New York happened to be there doing the same thing, so I met up with them.
Oh, wow.
Saw.
Did you find
And
yourself?
the shows. Sorry, 1 second. The shows that are okay. So there's balloons. I don't know if Jeffrey did that.
I think that was you from just gesturing.
Oh, like this.
I don't
Created
know.
balloons?
You did some.
What are you
I created
talking
balloons
about?
by
motion.
gesturing.
What do you
Yeah.
mean? I didn't see that at all. Well,
You didn't see balloons in my frame,
There weren't balloons in your frame on my screen.
Marika?
I don't even think it's gonna come up on the recording.
Marika, did you see balloons?
I saw something.
There were like animated balloons in my frame.
Yeah. What was your question?
Jeff's definitely in charge of that.
Bond of the week.
Are these New York Broadway shows that eventually go to London, or ones that haven't been to New York?
West
yet?
End might end up at Pantages. Just trying to figure out if you stayed at the Yotel.
Didn't say the hotel. They are for all the shows I saw, they had not been New York transfers to the West End, and as of now, there's no plans for any of them to transfer to New York.
Can I just ask though, because
Yeah.
is that you went about it in a certain way where you made sure to only see West End originating shows? Because I don't want the audience to think that there aren't New York transfers to the West End. There are ample of those, but because you
Right,
know
but I'm not gonna go
what
see,
you're
like,
talking
Mrs.
about.
Doubtfire
Exactly
on
right.
the West End.
You're gonna go to the West End and you're gonna see things you can't see in New York because you actually live in New York.
Totally.
So I just want people to think that I don't want people to think that they're gonna go to London and that they're only gonna see shit that are only there. You have to do the research. You have to know what the
Right,
fuck
yeah.
you're talking
London
about.
has a really, really thriving theater scene. They have a really good, what we would kind of consider like off-Broadway
a grasp, yeah.
theater. They have, and they're doing it really well.
Yeah.
So they have like a bunch of theater companies, the National Theater, the Old Vic, Bridge Theater that put on a season of shows, and I went to see a bunch of those.
Are a lot of these theaters places that also have pints or maybe just ales?
Yeah, they kind of all do, which
Amir?
is nice.
I
I stole this cup
Couple
from the
things.
Bridge Theater. I saw Guys and Dolls.
Did you declare that at customs? I'm just starting to worry that you maybe broke
No, I
the
have
law.
global entry.
you have global entry? When did you get global entry and why?
I've had it for like a year.
Is that just so you can go to London easily?
No, I got it when I went to France. Anyone could get global entry.
Is it like TSA pre-check? What the hell?
Yeah, it's like that. Plus, you go into a different line when you're going through customs. And when I got back to the States, the regular customs line, over an hour. People waiting outside of the stanchions. Global entry, no one was in line. I got through in a minute.
I feel like I conflate it with like Clear. I thought that you had to pay like $100 a year for that.
You have to pay to apply for it. It's not like a yearly cost, and a lot of credit cards cover the cost of it. So your credit card might cover the cost.
Okay.
Highly recommend global entry, and it comes with TSA pre-check.
I really don't want to interrupt the flow of conversation, but we are going to have to
Bond of the week.
Bond of the week for sure. But I want to talk about the Yotel for a minute. Here we go.
Sure. And this is, I'm assuming, not part of the plan that you had for this episode.
We can't hear the video.
Yeah,
we
we
can
can't
only
hear.
sort of see a choppy version of it.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Not really. Here.
Oh, I hear.
It's kind of an equally choppy audio version.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess, what's your confusion about the Yotel?
I was trying to figure out if Marika was basically doing this, right?
Right.
She said she didn't stay at one.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you weren't kind of treating
wasn't
London
lying.
like this.
I don't think I was treating London like this. I kind of walked around at a, like, fast, normal walking pace. Not dancing on the street.
I kind of
or
want
in
to
my
point
hotel
out.
room.
Sorry, I just need to point out this video too. It says 1 minute with Yotel London.
Yeah.
The video is 1 minute 37 seconds.
Well, we'll skip to the end and see if there's like a 20-minute. No, they're still going.
Nope.
It's impressive.
It goes till the very last second.
What's your recent? Do you have a reason for your recent fascination with Yotel?
I have no fascination. I just know that this hotel
That's a
exists.
hotel.
That
Okay.
I think at first was only at London Heathrow Airport, and you basically slept
Seemingly
in like a locker.
obsessed with Yotel.
I have a good Yotel.
The Yotel Motel Holiday
Holiday
Inn.
We
yeah,
have to take a
say there.
break. We have to take a break. But
Great. I'm
ready
gonna
your
put my squash in the oven.
Okay, and ready your Bond of the Week, because we are going to come back hot. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Guys, sometimes racing thoughts keep you up at night, right? Or wake you up early, preventing you from being able to enjoy your sleep and thus enjoy your life, right? You ever find that at the end of the day, you just can't get your brain to stop talking? Your thoughts are racing right before bed or at other inopportune moments. And it turns out one great way to make those racing thoughts go away is to talk them through. And therapy gives you a place to do that, so you can get out of your negative thought cycles and find some mental and emotional peace. I'm in therapy every week, and it offers me just that, an arena to discuss the things that are sort of going on in circles in my mind, so that I can get some good rest and also just enjoy my life. So if you're thinking of giving therapy a try, start with BetterHelp. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist, and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Get a break from your thoughts with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/what's that today to get 10% off your first month. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/what's that. Thanks, BetterHelp. Hey, Fockers. Are you a millennial who misses what life was like in the 2000s? Have you had a hard time finding new or curated music? Are you interested in multiple perspectives on relationships, dating, and other, and are looking for hosts that offer non-male bashing perspectives, but also holding both sexes accountable? Then you're going to love See the Thing Is, a podcast hosted by Grammy Award-winning R&B artist Bridget Kelly and media personality and podcast trailblazer Mandy B. Twice a week, Bridget and Mandy have nostalgic conversations in their grown segments, political pop culture conversations in their honest segments, and relationship/hot take conversations in the slightly toxic segment. The opinions on the show are real and brought to you by the genuine connections that the ladies have with the guests that they like to call their friends with benefits. Each week, you'll leave with some new music recommendations or a curated playlist that you didn't even know you needed in their new, freshly squeezed music segment. Most recently, the ladies have sat down with Ari Lennox, Big Freedia, Remy Ma, Van Lathan, and more. Follow/subscribe to See the Thing Is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or on YouTube. New audio episodes drop every Tuesday and Friday, and visuals are available on YouTube Wednesday and Saturday. Check it out. We're not gonna really have time because for her, and I don't know if she's at the Yotel or if she's just where she lives in
Probably
England.
just at her house, yeah.
Probably, but I don't know if she did like a staycation or something.
At a
But
Yotel, probably not.
Probably not. I know probably not. By the way, I just am wondering, and I
Yeah.
think I'm allowed to wonder because Marika, what we've been adding to the kind of ethos of this show, right? Because it's be joy, get wise, embellish faith, and what was the last one?
I remember.
Well, let's say foster wonder. Because I was just saying to Amir that I wonder if Grace is doing a staycation or not right now. and if that's why she might not have a hand in this week's episode, or if it's maybe just that we're recording 6 hours before it has to
Yeah,
come
I'm
out.
gonna go with that one for sure.
Probably. Here we go. Bond of the week. I'm gonna go with R.I.P. Michael Gambon. Michael
Very
Gambon.
sad.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was ahead of his time. He was of his time. He was someone who Amir probably doesn't remember, but that's okay because neither does Gambon. I don't know what he just did.
Yeah. My Bond of the week's gonna be Andrew Scott.
Fine. Amir?
True Holiday.
Nice. We have a lot to get to wax-wise, and then we have a segment. Kevin James. Let's
We
talk
have a
about
lot
it. He's
to
been
get to wax-wise, which is us talking about anything. And then we have a segment.
correct. So Kevin James has sort of come on to the internet all this week. Very specific memeology. He's kind of just like...
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of wanted to know who in your guys' life, or who maybe at the company, had the energy of...
The Kevin James meme.
Exactly right. I'm thinking Shackle. I feel like Shackle's been getting married for like 5 years. When is the ceremony? Has it already happened? I don't
Happened.
understand. Why? What? Were you there?
No.
Small wedding or?
We don't
I
know.
don't know.
You should have her on and talk to her about it.
She doesn't
Yeah,
want to.
she won't come
She
on.
did the show once and said
She's
never again. That was 3 years
terrified,
ago. Yeah.
Maybe you can do a bunch of people who have one and done it and then have them back on. So
Yeah.
Shackle, Katie.
Katie said she would come back on if
Sandy.
it was another all girls episode.
I'd love to do another one of those. It's just hard to pin people down, especially like today. I tried to get a bunch of people. All I could wrangle was you guys, and
Well, yeah.
whether the
we're
episode is
best.
coming out tomorrow or next week, it still was as a work day.
Who else did you ask?
Casey, Pyle,
What'd they say?
they said can't tomorrow.
That was yesterday?
Yeah, so
You didn't ask me yesterday.
I didn't really want you to be on this episode, but Marika and I were going to do a one-on-one, and then I worried that was maybe too much to put on to Marika because I'm also
Yeah.
tired from the
You-
travel.
Right.
Yeah, anyway. Let's kind of continue this going.
I think it's Riley.
It is Riley, actually, but she does it jokingly. Like, she kind of does that,
exactly.
so
Yeah,
that's like a
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
I'm wondering
Okay.
who genuinely is that.
Genuinely?
And I'm wondering if it's
Gotcha.
maybe, I was going to say Shackle.
You
I
did
think
say
it's Peter.
Shackle.
I think it's Grim. It's like earnestly Grim. Grim is like a, you know what I mean? That's my impression of Grim is like, yeah.
Not really.
Not really. I was going to, yeah, maybe it was Cervantes.
Who?
Oh, it's this guy I've been vetting to be an intern.
Not your job.
Yeah, it kind of is. I mean, I need like an assistant editor.
I'm sticking with my answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're. Let's continue on. Yeah.
Imagine eating yogurt at the Yotel.
Also, not to circle back on something we talked about a while ago, but
Sure, we'll get back to my question later.
Nope.
a
We're gonna forget
round
about
trip from Burbank to SF.
Yes.
Gotta be like
we're looking at
$49.
$78.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very affordable, very cheap.
The JXL, whatever. Jeff flew.
$369,
Yeah.
$469.
No,
Three,
that's if you're booking it
279,
tomorrow.
316.
Yeah.
Burbank to Oakland. I'm
$650
plugging it in right now.
Yeah,
way.
it's 279 to
Very
316.
expensive. Yeah.
No.
I mean, I've
Booked
done
it
that
weeks out.
trip.
It was 269.
That's
And
thousands of
exactly
times.
what I said.
Okay, Burbank to SFO, right? Because I just
Google
did
Flights?
this.
Are you on Google Flights? Because I'm looking at the same dates, $78.
Well, I didn't pay for the flights,
Yeah, the truth
Yeah.
comes out.
so
And I wish we didn't have to hold your feet to the fire, because now I'm starting to question every answer you've ever given me.
ask me anything.
Now I
I'll
have
be
to.
honest.
No, you're not, because I have to follow up, and if I find the truth, then you're going to be honest.
Okay, ask me the same question twice. I guarantee it'll be the same answer.
How
Was that-
old were
what?
you when you first hugged a woman?
Probably like 1, 2.
All right. Now I'm going to ask you again, and it has to be the same answer.
All right.
How old were you when you had your first hug?
I don't know, because there's a lot of things to question about that. What is a hug? What do you mean, like me hugging
See?
someone or me being coddled?
You
'Cause
can't even keep
a baby
your
gets
story
coddled.
straight. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? It's interesting. It keeps people sort of engaged, and I feel like that's the whole point of like hosting. You got to keep the audience engaged. That might even be my approach to romantic relationships in general, is to just keep them engaged and just like don't let them lose that. Amir
engaged by
to be
ring.
wed, but never
Right.
the actual wed. The actual nuptials,
like a
never.
14-year engagement situation.
Yeah, but longer than that even, because like if you marriage, everybody's like, oh, you know, being married's so hard. Nobody says being engaged is hard. People say planning a wedding's hard. So let's get engaged, not plan the wedding, never get married. It's honeymoon phase forever, and you're sort of in bliss. I don't know, domestic, yotelitude.
Yotelitude?
It's like an attitude / so attitude.
Yotel, motel, holiday inn.
That's funny.
Holiday inn.
Sorry, I'm trying to use. Oh, here we go.
आप कब वापस आ रहे हैं?
It was
Nice.
worth it. Worth the wait.
We do have a segment. Do we want to get to it now, or do you want to wait another 15 minutes, or
Probably now.
probably
Yeah,
now?
now's
That's
fine.
what I was gonna say. Now it's
Yeah.
fine. Now seems fine,
Yeah.
just because we're like 24 minutes into this shit. And this
Yep.
Totally.
segment might take 10. Why don't you guys talk amongst yourselves, and then Marika, do you want to check in on that? What was it? Flautas?
Honey nut
that you-
squash.
Honey nut squash. Do you want to make sure it's not burning, just while I get my laptop charger?
I
'Cause
could
didn't think
smell
of
it.
that.
Smells fine.
It smells not burnt for sure, but I wonder if you want to check the glaze, see if it's maybe browning, if you want to turn it onto a broil from the bake so that we can
Yeah, it
get
won't
that
be-
nice caramelization on
No,
top.
it's
Just
it's
so
on
I can
400
have
for
the
30
time
minutes,
to
400
go
for 30
across the
minutes.
room and get
You
the
could
fucking laptop
you could have already
charger.
done it. You could have
I
already
could have done it
and you
within
said
this
talk
time
amongst
period, but now we're
yourselves.
talking about the flautas that you're, or sorry, the honey nut fucking Cheerios.
Honey nut?
Flautas.
That's a type of squash?
Yeah, they're really cute. They're
This is
they're
good. Keep this
engineered. They're
energy.
new squash. They're relatively new squash.
So you bake it, then what?
I was gonna make some sort of risotto, I think.
Jeez, that seems like a whole
A lot
other
of work.
dish. Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
you were just going to slice it in half and add, like, I don't know, pomegranate seeds and chow down.
I have pomegranate seeds. I did slice it in half, but my thought was carve out the flesh, put it in a blender with some
Oh my
broth.
gosh. This is all for tonight's dinner?
Yeah,
That's a lot of work for a late night meal.
I agree, but I'm
Blend it, put it in a broth, and then what? You're not even done at your
then you're
dinner
making
yet?
the risotto with that broth.
I see. So then you put rice in there.
Yeah, but you gotta like constantly stir. We should use arborio in a rice song. That's the risotto rice.
I did. Actually, I think Brad did.
The irony is Geoff left and we talked about rice while you were gone.
So true.
It's like
The segment, yeah. Are
it's
we
kind
ready?
of set-
You
yeah,
said let's
I
do
was-
it now.
Yep.
You said
I was
let's do it
saying
now, and I
it's-
said we
you're-
could wait it. It's either now or 15 minutes from now. You ready now, or should we wait 15 minutes?
Do
already,
it
I'm just
fast.
saying it's kind of ironic.
Welcome to Pump the Frakes. This is a interview segment, sort of a compilation of questions asked and answered, fact or fiction, beyond belief, beyond relief, because by the end of this, you guys are going to be exhausted. Here we go. Pump the Frakes, question by question.
It
We're going
doesn't
to
have
answer
anything
question.
to do with Jonathan Frakes.
It does. It exactly has to do with Jonathan Frakes and him hosting the song Beyond Belief. So this is Beyond Relief, Pump the Frakes edition. Here we go.
Have you ever walked out of a mall into a huge parking area and realized you'd forgotten where you parked your car?
Yes or no?
I don't
Yes.
drive, so no.
Okay, Amir, expound on that. Expand.
Sometimes I'm not paying attention to where I'm parking because I'm so consumed about getting to where I'm going that I'm like, oh shit, let me just find a spot and get out. And then I, in a huff, like find a spot, get in, hustle over to the theater or the restaurant or whatever. And then I'm like,
The
I have no
Dillards. bustling over to a Dillard's to get your shitty chinos, your
Do you have
pleated
Dillard's in
shirts.
California?
I know your game, Blumenfeld. I know where you got your wedding tux. And it was a fucking Saks.
That's nice. Saks fit.
No. It was a bundle of Saks that he piecemealed together, chainmail.
Yeah, anyway, I've forgotten where I left my car after I parked it.
You ever gone mountain biking? What do you?
No.
No,
Never?
I barely know how to
No.
ride a bike.
That's true. Marika?
Never.
You said you didn't drive. You also don't bike? What do you do?
I bike,
Walk?
but I've never mountain biked.
Well, what is Manhattan if not a mountain to climb? Because if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
Sure.
What do you want to be when you grow up? What's the right?
What are these questions? What are these
Jonathan, it's
from?
Pump the Frakes. It's from the show Beyond Belief.
I
and
see. And
this
he's
is
like
beyond
in the
relief.
narration.
Exactly
Okay.
right. So, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Retired.
Marika?
Happy.
Ugh.
What's the right tip? If you call
Interpret this as you will. Expound, expand.
Blunt.
20%.
To stay at the Yotel.
called a plumber to your home lately?
No.
I actually have.
Oh! Breaking news.
Breaking news.
What did you have to call a plumber for, Blumenfeld? Was it a massive log?
Guilty feet have got no rhythm.
What an unrelated song. Yeah, my toilet wasn't flushing properly, so I had to get a new one.
Okay.
Superstitious are you? How much money would
How superstitious are you? Is what he said. It's hard because
Huh?
the audio levels are all different. How superstitious are you?
I like to
I'm a
think
little
that I'm not,
suspicious.
but I'm a little stish.
Okay. So what do you get superstitious about? Like the Lakers?
Yeah, sports. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, did I leave the door open? Did the dog escape? I'm not gonna check outside. I'm just gonna look inside and hopefully find him. Because if I look outside and see him, that's really bad news or something like that.
Yeah. I kind of think I can tell the future sometimes. So I guess relating to that.
How much money would it take to make you spend a night in a cemetery? Would you
What do you mean you
What
think you
cemetery?
can see the future?
Not that I can see the future, but
Feel
There's-
what's gonna happen.
yeah, sometimes
That's why.
I have
Yeah. Sorry.
thoughts where I'm like,
I'm just trying to.
oh, this, like, I think about
Sorry.
something and then, like,
Just trying.
an hour later or
Sure
something,
that,
it happens.
Just trying to keep it going. Yeah, the episode in this segment. So
How much
And
money would I
sometimes
spend? What cemetery? What are my accommodations?
just a cemetery. Definitely not like a nice one. Like
Do I have
it's
to
not like
sleep,
Hollywood
or
Forever.
Can I stay awake? Are people there?
Spend a night so you can sleep. You could like do whatever you want in the cemetery. But how much money would it take for you to do that?
I probably wouldn't
100,000.
sleep.
Yeah, so just don't sleep. Bring a book. How much? It's kind of a stupid question, but this is Pump the Brakes, Beyond Relief. So I'm trying to fucking pump the brakes rather. Just name a fucking
100,000,
number.
I said.
100,000 to stay. What? That's you could have 10 guaranteed.
Or I could have 100,000.
Yeah, but it's about the bare minimum you would take. That's the bare minimum.
That's, yeah.
You
I
wouldn't do
don't
it for
need-
99,000. You wouldn't spend one night where you can sleep or not. You can do whatever you
No,
want.
I
You
have
can
to
do
have
work.
my principles.
Principles, 99
Yeah.
grand.
100, take it or leave it.
Amir?
40,000.
I would do it for, well, the question is like how much money can you make otherwise? I would do it
Overnight?
for like
Probably not a
overnight's
lot.
tough. I would do it for like $2,500.
you display
could
this as a
definitely
trophy?
raise
Do you
that
have a pet?
money.
Do you have a, display this as a? Would you display
We
this as
can
a
get
trophy?
50
You have a-
people to give $50 and then make you be in a cemetery for a full night.
Easily. Yeah. If anyone
Okay, fine.
wants to Venmo
But you have to prove it.
me
Venmo Marika up
Actually,
to.
don't. Do
Wait, so
that,
what's the
'cause I don't
number?
want to have to organize this.
Okay. Well, let's just not do it then.
Yeah.
Do you have a sweet tooth?
Do you have a sweet tooth?
Yes.
What a weird episode that was.
Do you believe in
Why
the
did he
power
ask
of a
that?
curse?
Do you believe in the power of a curse? He said.
Yes.
No.
Amir?
I have a sweet tooth, but I don't believe in the power of a curse.
Have you had your hearing tested lately?
Y'all
If
gotta
this
respond to
episode
this
counts
shit.
as that, then sure.
I haven't had my hearing tested, but I have had somebody look in my ear and find earwax. So I got an earwax removal kit.
with the Oh, you're supposed to have a doctor do it because you can burst
Yeah.
your eardrum.
Yeah,
That's
well,
dangerous.
I don't know an
did the
ENT.
drops, and then I had the little, the baster that you flush it out with.
Oh,
And I got the wax out, but afterwards, like within 30 seconds, I felt so dizzy that the room was spinning. Like I had
Your
fucked
ear
up with my...
crystals.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah,
that I had to
or
lay
something.
down, and I felt like sick to my stomach for like an hour.
might have been something wrong.
Yeah. You shook
Anyway,
'em. You shook 'em
subsided,
loose.
but I'm afraid to do the other ear now.
Planning a trip soon?
No follow-ups at all to the Marika thinking she can see the future, my ear-related story, or just powering through, do you think? Or do you think we should take a little rest stop and explore the answers for
And I
a
mean, to
second?
clarify, I can't see the
It's not a
future.
crystal ball.
just the
I feel
fact
like
that you're
Amir's obsessed
clarifying
with this
is
idea.
interesting.
Not really. It's supposed to be
It's
rapid
like you're
fire.
straight
but
onto, do you have a
beyond
sweet
relief.
tooth?
It's supposed to be beyond relief, rapid fire, right? I don't even remember what he asked just now, so I think that's pretty interesting.
Can you
are
remember the
planning a
tallest
trip?
man you've ever seen?
What did he say?
It's hard because you guys keep talking over the shit.
Can you remember the tallest man you've ever seen?
No.
Yeah, I'm sure it
Actually,
was at a
yes.
basketball game.
Bull or
Maybe Shaq. I don't know if I've ever
Yeah.
seen Bol Bol.
never.
I probably went to a game where Boban was there. I think he's 7'3".
I feel like there's been a couple games that you've talked about where you're like, if Bull was there, I would have left the arena.
No, I never said that about
No,
Bol
that
Bol.
must have been. It was either that or Marika stayed at
One
the
time
Yotel.
I at a like
Drive-in.
reggae festival that my dad was catering when I was really little. There was a man on stilts, and he scared me so much I started crying. So that's probably the tallest man I've ever seen.
Do you love to go a-wandering beneath a clear blue sky?
That's a classic. That's a classic quote.
I do like walking, so yeah. And I
Walking
do like
or
when
wandering
there's no
underneath
clouds.
the-
I don't like
blue sky.
wandering.
Yeah, but well, that's because you're lost. Not all who wander are lost, but some who wander are lost, and you're lost. I don't
like-
mean like in the city. I mean
Yeah,
like
no,
in
I'm
life.
not lost in life, and I don't like wandering because it implies either slow speeds or no purpose, and neither of those things appeal to me.
What is this? I feel like you guys are treating this episode differently just because it's like after hours. It's like you guys want to get out of here or some shit.
I think
I
the
just
energy
gave you
is
such
just
a good
low.
answer.
The energy is high for me. I feel like I've been driving this through. You know, there's like a driving bass, there's a driving kick drum, and then there's me on this episode hosting, making
To
sure
get us
things
right
move along.
before dinner is the nadir of our day.
Have you noticed what
And
big
you.
stars real estate agents have become?
Yeah.
from
Daria
reality shows.
Greenbaum.
Are you careful with your personal records?
Do you guys keep personal records? Do you have a filing cabinet? Do you have it in cash? Do you have it in sorry, not cash, hard copies? Now you guys have me saying cash, but I just wondered,
No.
Amir,
Do I have money in hard cash?
do you keep personal records in a filing cabinet?
I have like tax information, yeah.
Okay. Can I say, I don't want to dox this person, but the person who uploaded this video, which is Jonathan Frakes, asks you things. His name is Zane Golia. Kind of a name that would be used.
Oh, that's like that's not a username. That's
Does your
like
computer
first
ever
class.
seem to have a mind of its own? Have you ever visited a Chinatown section in a major city?
Yes to the computer, yes to the Chinatown section in a major city.
I was just in San Francisco's Chinatown nary 3 days ago, and it might be the best Chinatown I've ever been to. So
It's a good one.
it's a good one, or
It's a good one. I was in London recently. That was also nice. 'Cause
Yeah.
I did go to London. My trip was more interesting than yours.
it's hard because there's not like Little America's other places, right? Maybe the airports. Amir, speak on it.
Are there little other countries in other countries, or is that purely an American thing?
Have you ever visited a flea market?
Yes. We've obviously visited a flea market.
The flea markets in my hometown used to sell like chickens.
Have you noticed how many successful restaurants are theme-based these days?
That's not true.
Why? Well, this show is like from the 80s.
Yeah, saying these days, not true.
Okay, then you guys don't think, because all the Headgum Happy Hour shows are theme-based, so I just don't understand why you're like so against this idea of a theme. What's that?
Restaurants?
Oh, restaurants have
How
a theme.
successful themed restaurants
Name
are
a restaurant.
these days.
Name a restaurant. We'll go just rapid fire. Keep naming restaurants, and I'll tell you what their themes are. All right, they might not be
Chick-fil-A.
obvious. Chick-fil-A, bigotry. Continue.
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out, California.
Panda Express.
Sticky sauce, really thick, viscous. The theme is viscous. Continue.
Yoshinoya.
Yoshinoya. The theme is gray. Because the brown beef ends up sort of
Right.
gray.
Are there any Thai chains?
No.
question.
Continue. Let's keep doing this rapid fire thing because I think we can all figure
There should
it
be
out.
fast casual.
There should be fast
Thai
casual Thai
chains.
chains.
I agree.
What about fast casual Tai Chi? So it's like you can get in and get out through a drive-through, but sort of get your piece and find your balance.
I feel like that's kind
Name another
of
restaurant.
like against Tai Chi's.
Why don't we name a couple more restaurants? We'll go rapid fire and wrap this up. Themes.
CPK.
CPK. The theme is wood fire.
They use
Fuck
coal.
you guys. No, fuck
way.
you
There's
guys.
no
Fuck
way
you
they have
guys.
a one fire
Just
of it at
fuck
CPK.
off. Let's just continue
BJ's.
on. Let's get one more question from Jonathan Frake and we'll be out.
Have you ever had the desire to write your initials in wet cement?
What is this show?
Plugs. What do you guys have going on? What do you want to point the people to? And then yes or no. Just end on yes or no for that. Plugs, yes or no. Plugs, yes or no. Keep it going.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
At Marika Elon on X/Twitter, Instagram, Threads, Letterboxd, TikTok, Blue Sky. Listen to the Pit Wall. Go see reviews live show at the New York Comedy Festival. Go see Headgum Happy Hour at the New York Comedy Festival. Buy tickets to the Headgum's Monster Mash Massacre live stream D&D Spooktacular. That's all I got.
Amir?
Definitely the
projects in the
D&D
works, but let's see what you have to say.
Spooktacular. Yeah.
Oh, also,
D&D
yes.
Jake said you guys have a new podcast idea, but I haven't seen any movement there.
Yeah, I'd like to sometimes write my initials in wet cement.
That was a Headgum original.